Hey boys, what is up? Welcome to Fastball Sports. Today I'm going to be giving you my 2021 MLB preseason predictions. There may or may not be some spicy takes in here, and there certainly is no bias. Another thing is, this video is being recorded on March 15th. Let's go ahead and get into it. Starting with the AL East, in 5th place I've got the Baltimore Orioles, followed by the defending AL champions Tampa Bay Rays. In 3rd place, I've got the 2018 World Series champion Boston Red Sox, and coming in 2nd, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays do have a team that could make a run at the Yankees, though. The Yankees are my favorite to win the AL East because the Yankees have had the best team in the American League for the past almost 4 years. The only problem is half the team is always on the injury list. If Judge and Stanton can stay healthy for a full year and Kluber and Taillon can have bounce-back seasons, the Yankees will be the best team in the AL. And I haven't even mentioned guys like Cole, who's the second best pitcher in baseball, Torres, who went off in the playoffs, Sanchez is going to bounce back, Voit, the 2020 home run leader, and that solid bullpen headed by Aroldis Chapman, the only guy who can choke with a smile. But I'm predicting the Yankees to finish with a 97-65 record. The standings for the AL Central are going to be as follows. Number 5, the Royals. Number 4, the Tigers. Number 3, the Indians. Number 2, the Twins, which leaves the White Sox as the AL Central champions. I'm predicting the White Sox to finish with the best record in the American League. I think the only way they fall to the Twins is if Lance Lynn and Dallas Keuchel have really bad years, but I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, the White Sox are tied with one other team for the most players in MLB Network's top 100 players right now, at 9. The other team that has 9 we will be talking about later. One thing that is impressive about the White Sox is how young they are. There are only 3 players that are over 30 years old in that lineup, and that's Jose Abreu, Yasmani Grandal, and Adam Eaton. The White Sox will also be able to beat up on teams like the Tigers and Royals. That's why I believe they will finish with a 101-61 record. Moving on to the AL West, this division is super weak. There's absolutely zero pitching except for the Athletics bullpen, and this is one of the only divisions where I have a spicy pick in it, and that's the Rangers at 5. The spicy pick is the Astros at 4. The Mariners are going to be at 3. I think they could surprise some people. And in 2nd place, I have the Athletics, which obviously leaves the Angels in 1st place. I think if the Angels can stay competitive till the All-Star break, they can make a move for some pitching at the deadline, then I believe they will have a shot at the playoffs. Now, the Angels don't lack in the hitting department whatsoever. They have guys like Rendon, Walsh, who I think is going to be good, Ohtani, who, if he could stay healthy on both sides of the ball, can be super valuable, and I think Adele is going to be a beast. I feel like I'm forgetting, they also have this guy named Mike Trout. Now, the Angels did have a really weird offseason when they got guys like Jose and Rafael Iglesias, who I think are solid pickups, but then they got guys like Alex Cobb and Jose Quintana. Unless Cobb, Quintana, and Bundy can all have seasons like Bundy did in 2020, the rotation is only really going to have one good pitcher, and that's Ohtani, and he only pitches on Sundays. So really, my whole prediction here kind of relies on the Angels outslugging teams like the Mariners, Astros, and Rangers until they can get some pitching help at the deadline. The Angels will finish with a 91-71 record. Moving on to the National League, we're going to start with the East Division. The East is probably the second hardest division to rank because all 5 teams have a shot at being good. So this could end up being pretty bad at the end of the year. So I have the Marlins at 5, who I think could shoot up to the number 3 spot. The Phillies are my number 4 team, with the Nationals coming in at number 3. And coming in 2nd place, I have the Mets. I can't quite put the Mets above the Braves yet, even though I think they have a better team on paper. The Braves have a really good team. They came 1 game away from beating the Dodgers in the NLCS, and then choked harder than postseason Kershaw. They have a really good lineup headlined by Acuna, Freeman, Ozuna, and Albies. They also have a potentially elite starting rotation if things go perfectly. And what I mean by that is if Soroka comes back healthy and pitches like he did in 2019, and then you have to hope that Fried and Anderson weren't one-hit wonders, to go along with Morton, who's 37 years old. So, needless to say, there are some question marks in the rotation. 91-71 is the records the Braves will finish with. Well, when I said the NL East was the second hardest division to rank, this division is definitely the hardest. So let's start with what we know is going to be the worst, and that's the Pirates. In 4th place, I've got the Reds. In 3rd place, I've got the Cubs. And in 2nd place, this one was really hard, but I went with the Brewers. If the Brewers win this division, it's going to have to be on the back of Christian Yelich. So this obviously leaves the Cardinals as the number 1 team in the NL Central. The Cardinals had one of the biggest offseason moves in recent history, acquiring Nolan Arenado while giving up absolutely nothing. With the Central being as weak as it is, numbers 1 through 4 could win the division. The Cardinals aren't super great in any one area. Their bullpen is decent, the rotation, aside from Flaherty, who is fantastic, the rest of the rotation is average at best, and the lineup actually is pretty weak. You basically have Arenado, Goldie, and Paul DeJong, I guess. Because of how weak the division is, I think the Cardinals are basically the best of the worst. The Cardinals will end the season with a 92-71 record. Now, on to the NL West. We have the Rockies finishing in 5th, the Diamondbacks in 4th, the Giants in 3rd. Now, in 2nd place, this might be a little spicy to some idiots out there. I have the Padres. If you think the Padres are better than the Dodgers, you are as stupid as the MLB Network analysts. So, of course, in 1st place, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to be the best team in baseball. If you go up and down the roster, they are loaded. In the lineup, you have the best hitting catcher in baseball, Will Smith. At first, you have Muncy, who's a beast. At second, you have former number 2 prospect in all of baseball, Gavin Lux, who hit 400 in AAA. At short, there's Corey Seager, who won the World Series MVP. Justin Turner, who is Mr. Consistent. And in the outfield, you have MVPs Betts and Bellinger. In the rotation, you have 3 legitimate aces, Kershaw, Buehler, and Bauer, to go alongside Urias, May, Goslin, and Price, who are all number 2 or 3 starters on any other team. This Dodgers team has a chance to be historic. That's why I believe the Dodgers will finish the season with a 117-45 record. Yep, they're going to set the all-time single-season wins record. Let's go ahead and move on to the awards. Winning the AL MVP, I've got Mike Trout. Now, of course, this is a super boring pick here, but I really think he has the best chance. I also just really want to see him win 5 or 6 MVPs. The key stat from 2020 is his hard hit rate, which was in the top 97%. Also, a side note is that all of the key stats I'm pulling from Baseball Savant. Winning the NL MVP is Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts probably should have won it last year, but Freddie Freeman eventually took home the award. The key stat I have for Mookie is actually 2. His exit velocity was in the top 80%, and his outs above average was in the top 91%. So he can hit, and he's a Gold Glover. Not to mention, he's a really good base runner. Winning the AL Cy Young Award is going to be Garrett Cole, who had a really good season with the Yankees last year. The key stat here is his fastball spin rate was in the top 94%, and spin rate is everything in today's game. Jacob deGrom is going to be your 2021 Cy Young winner. This key stat is crazy. His fastball velocity is in the top 100%. And not to mention, just a couple of weeks ago, he pitched 3 perfect innings while picking up 7 strikeouts. Predicting rookies to win Rookie of the Year is really hard because you always have this no-name prospect that just gets called up out of nowhere and wins it. So I'm not going to go with Jared Kelenic, I'm going to go with Andrew Vaughn from the White Sox. Now, being as these guys are rookies, I don't have any stats, so I'm just going to say where they were ranked on MLB Pipeline's ranking, and Andrew Vaughn ranks at number 14. I am predicting what everybody's predicting here, and that's Ke'Bryan Hayes, who's going to win NL Rookie of the Year. His MLB Pipeline rank is number 9. Now, on to the playoffs. The AL wildcard matchup is going to be Twins versus Blue Jays, and I think the Blue Jays are going to be moving on. I think the Jays have a better team, plus the Twins have like an 18-game playoff losing streak. The NL wildcard matchup is Mets versus Padres, and I think the Mets are going to be moving on. In a one-game playoff where you have to face Jacob deGrom, I think I'm picking the team with deGrom every single time. Plus, the Mets and Padres have comparable offenses. In fact, I'd actually say that the Mets have a better offense. The American League Division Series matchups are White Sox versus Blue Jays and Yankees versus Angels. And the White Sox will be beating the Blue Jays in 4 games, and the Yankees will be beating the White Sox in the ALCS after beating the Angels in 4 games as well. The National League Division Series matchups are Dodgers versus Mets and Braves versus Cardinals. The Dodgers will be beating the Mets in 4 games, and the Braves will be beating the Cardinals in 5. So the league championship matchups are Dodgers versus Braves and Yankees versus White Sox. The Yankees will lose to the White Sox in 7 games, and the Dodgers will beat the Braves in 6. So, the World Series matchup is the Dodgers versus White Sox, and the Dodgers will be your 2021 World Series champions. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, all of this is just my opinion and speculation, and none of this is probably going to come true, but at the end of the year, I'm going to react to this video and see how accurate I was. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing to see more content. I'll catch you in the next one.